Hey yo, stop limping.
Fasten your freaking seatbelt. It's meetfelt when he's dealt cards. Download real-time assistance because you need help. No one can save you. I'm kinda crazy like Bayview. You can play your hand charts. Like Penn Badgley, I play you. That line went over your head like you playing high stakes. On my stage, take a break, put it on my plate. Without support, I won't be able to find nothing. So thanks for watching. Make sure you smash the subscribe button, please. It would really mean a lot because I'm not nearly as good as this song makes me out to be. I kind of suck. And I'm broke. I learned some very expensive lessons. We'll get more into that as this channel evolves, hopefully. And after a year putting it off, it's finally time for the channel to evolve. Who writes this shit? Actually, I guess technically I do. It's your boy meetfelt, aka Justin Schro, aka your mom's favorite poker player, aka one of the top 2 million poker players in the world, arguably. So if you watch me on any of my other social media channels, you know, you guys already know that I have the whole self-deprecating thing going on, right? But after speaking to my therapist, I think we've both determined that being self-deprecating can actually be a hindrance to my overall abilities and my self-confidence. That stops today. So here's why I think I'm relatable to the poker community at large. Number one, I'm humble. Mostly. Number two, I'm relatable. I'm not going to talk down to you in a condescending way about poker. Mostly. But number three, I'm competitive. Chances are, if you're watching this, I'm probably better than you are at poker. Should I have said that? Are like people still watching after I said that? Am I gonna get like poker canceled after saying that? Before you guys get all crazy, let's backtrack to the first two, not the last. Obviously, the last one's competitive. Number one, I'm humble. Number two, I'm relatable. And why am I relatable? Like 95% of the poker population, I was a loser. From 2003 to 2019, I did not make a cent playing poker. I'm one of the 5% that knows what it's like to actually be profitable at poker, at least over the last 3 years. I mean, yeah, don't look at my Hendon Mob. My Hendon Mob's embarrassing because I don't play a lot of tournaments. But going back to relatability, I learned a lot while I was losing at poker. And realistically, if I was going to do a listicle, it'd probably be the top 1,576 things I learned while losing at poker. But being in digital marketing, I know that the algorithm likes small listicles. I settled on the number 10. So without further ado, here's part 1 of 10 things I learned while losing at poker. Don't slow roll people unless you want to die. So, if you follow me on TikTok, and literally if you don't, I don't know what you're doing, you already know my thoughts about limping. I think I've made no less than 5 videos about limping and how it's stupid. Limping is... Let's cut that real quick to see if I could find that video. Limping is losing. This isn't a new notion. It's not like all of a sudden we decided that limping was bad. I know you poker guys like rounders because you quote it all the time. You know every line. Very aggressive. Pay him. Do you remember what Mike McDermott said to Professor Petrovsky? If it's good enough to call, it's good enough to raise. If it's not good enough to raise, you're folding. By the way, that was in 1999. Oh, in that same video, I debunked the whole, oh, I'm limping for deception. Oh, but I know what you're thinking. I'm reading your mind right now.
Well, if you balance it by back raising with a wider range,
if only there was a more effective strategy. I don't know if I could think of one off the top of my... Oh, that's right. Why don't you raise with your whole range? Try it sometime. The next time you even think about limping, try raising instead. Or the next time if you say, hey, this isn't good enough to raise, I'm just going to limp, why don't you just fold? Save yourself some money. Babe, I'm talking loud enough for you to hear on camera. You're going to be on YouTube. Love you. So the second thing I learned, chips are chips. They're not money. After your session, if you could always turn those chips in for money. Yes, I know this. That's why I'm profitable. But while you're at the table, if you actually think of the chips as money, you're already done. You're done. Once you take money from your bank or your wallet or someone else's wallet and you go to the cage and you exchange that money for chips, guess what? It's not money anymore. They're chips. And honestly, this isn't really a disparaging remark, but I can understand why people focus more on tourneys than cash games or ring games. Because in a tourney, you buy into the tourney, you never have to worry about those chips being any kind of money. But in a cash game, we know that one red chip is worth the equivalent of $5. And while that may be true, the second we actually take that mentality, like we're mentally checked out. We're either playing over our heads, we're playing with money we can't afford to lose, or we're just plain scared. At the end of the day, poker is just a game. And these chips are a means to an end. The third thing I learned, and I can literally make an entire video on it. I'm very, very passionate about this subject, and my opinion in this realm is very strong. And I might have even said in passing to some friends, oh, I could see where, it might be true that online poker. No, guys, stop it. Online poker's not rigged. You know what it is? Sometimes live players, and it can be good live players, they're just not used to the online environment. They like the live aspect of being able to look a man in the face and see if he's nervous about making a bet. Great. But online poker is more game theory based, and some people are weaker in their game theory than they want to admit. And then they're just the players that are just outright bad. They're going to blame everybody but themselves. They don't want to study. They don't want to admit that they might have leaks in their game. Nope, they want to blame. When I'm at such and such casino, I get like a boat a month, and here I am, I run against the boat every single hand. This thing must be rigged. I can't win. I can't win. No, not with that attitude, you can't. Not when you blame the software, when realistically, the problem is in the mirror. And I know some people are just going to be like, you're a super agent for Lucky Stars. Of course you're going to say online poker's not rigged. Let's just look at some simple math. 32 hands an hour. That's what the average dealer deals out at the casino. At one table in an hour, you'll probably see double that, maybe sometimes more than double that at a single table. You're seeing way more hands per hour against people that are probably better than you at online poker because they study game theory and their whole strategy is not just rooted in exploitative tendencies. And honestly, in online, there are exploitative tendencies too. So that's not even an excuse. I don't know. Maybe you think because I'm wearing the Lucky Stars hat, you think I have a dog in the fight. Let me ask you this. Why would a company purposely make their software throw random bad beats at people so that people will stop playing on their platform? Why would they intentionally drive business away? At the end of the day, you're not losing online because of bots, or because of bad software, or because of collusion, or because of this, that, and the other. The reason you're losing online is staring back at you in the mirror every morning when you brush your teeth. Just saying. And I really do hope you brush your teeth. So basically this whole video is about how I was a losing player. Now, not so much. I don't think there's any coincidence that as far as poker goes, my turnaround started in around 2019, 2020. You know what I started doing in 2019, 2020? I started playing on Poker Bros. And I've been with a lot of clubs. I've run a club before. But one thing I will tell you is that you're not going to beat the camaraderie and the overall organization that is Lucky Stars Entertainment. Biggest private Poker Bros group on the app. Check us on out. The group information as well as my referral ID is right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. There it is. Just so you know, Poker Bros is a social gaming platform that does not offer real money service. Actions 100% real. Tell them meetfelt sent you. So now we're on number 4, which is to avoid the sunken cost fallacy. What the hell is that? It's a phenomenon whereby a person is reluctant to abandon a strategy or a course of action because they've invested heavily in it. And that's even when it's clear that abandonment would be more beneficial. Now, what does that have to do about poker? I know some of you are tempted to start singing the Kenny Rogers song, but here's a bonus tip. If somebody starts singing the Kenny Rogers song at your table, they are an absolute fish. Trust me. Fish. So in a lot of cases, people mistakenly throw around the term pot odds. It's like, well, I'm getting about 3-1 on the call here without even knowing what that means. My favorite is like, oh man, are you serious? You really got there? You have me range dominated like crazy. Your demeanor just says that you have me absolutely crushed. However, I've come too far. I call. And that's basically what they call a crying call. Last summer I played a hand at MGM. Insane aggressor the entire time. I was repping a huge hand. I bet like 1,000 and I left like 200 behind. Hey, I thought I was doing a great acting job. But the second I said 1,000, he said all in. And I was probably getting close to 25-1 or something stupid. I had 9 high. What do you think I did? You think I called with 9 high? No. That fold allowed me to finish a night. I was down to like 200 in chips. Definitely left with damn near 2K. I would not have had that opportunity to even grind my way back had I fallen victim to the sunken cost fallacy and called with my 9 high. Why throw good money in after bad? Know when to hold them, know when to fold them. God damn it, I wasn't supposed to say that. No one. So we end part 1 with number 5, which is playing the victim accomplishes nothing. So sick how these people get rewarded for playing bad poker. It's so stupid. I have to be the most unlucky person on the entire face of the universe. I have to be. No one can possibly lose as many coin flips, get 2 outed, get 1 outed. Every open ender gets there, every flush draw gets there against me. It's like, I'm playing perfect poker. But are you though? Are you really playing perfect poker? Are you making the most optimal decision possible on every street, down to the opening raise size? And also, I'm just going to go out on a limb here. This is kind of a random tangent. I love it when people said, well, I had aces. Why else do you think I raised to 25 pre-flop at 1-3? sorry, but if you're raising 25 pre-flop at 1-3, you're kind of enticing people to see if they could suck out on you. I hate to say it. It is a casino. People are there to gamble. But like, instead of getting all bent out of shape about it, just ask yourself, like, legit, what could I have done differently? And if the answer is nothing, I did everything that I was supposed to do, you know, then maybe you're onto something. I don't know. I doubt it, but basically, instead of accepting the fact that you are the victim, ask yourself, what are you going to do to make sure that you're not the victim next time? I mean, unless you really are playing perfect poker, then you're good. You probably shouldn't need to be watching this, honestly. Thanks for allowing this former poker loser to share some insight about the things that he learned during his time as a loser. But hey, remember I said 10. That's only half. Stay tuned for part 2, and that's going to be coming August 2029. Again, it's your boy meetfelt. See you in 6 years.
Hey, yo, stop limping.